a love that wasn't allowed, a life that couldn't be lived openly, and a wait that lasted an entire era. But she endured. This story began during the Second World War, London, 1943. Prince Bertil of Sweden, a military attaché at the Swedish embassy, found himself at a reception in the Les Ambassadeurs Club. There, amid the music, lights, and conversations, he first saw Lillian. Lillian Davies was not from high society. Born in 1915 in a working-class district of Swansea, Wales. Her father was a miner, her mother a housewife. From a young age, Lillian dreamed of a better life. She wanted to escape poverty, be noticed, and shine. At 16, Lillian Davies moved to London, alone, unsupported, and without money. She worked as a maid, slept in cheap rooms, and barely ate enough. But she had something money couldn't buy: beauty, charisma, and resilience. One day, a photographer noticed her, then a modeling agency. Photo shoots began, initially small, then significant. Her face appeared in ads for hats, jewelry, and dresses. Later, she even featured in Vogue. She became successful but remained approachable. Lillian was cheerful, straightforward, and had a good sense of humor. That endeared her to people. In 1940, she married actor Ivan Craig. But the marriage didn't last long. The war soon broke out and Ivan went to the front. Lillian took a job at a factory assembling radios. In her free time, she volunteered at a hospital, caring for wounded soldiers, changing bandages, and handling bedpans. It was tough, but she never complained. It was during this wartime period that she met Bertil. When he introduced himself, she thought it was a joke. Prince of Sweden? Well then, I'm the Queen of Sheba. Her response amused him. He realized she wasn't another admirer, but a genuine, strong woman. Their relationship quickly blossomed, but there were two problems. First, Lillian was married. Second, he was a prince. She divorced. He, however, could not take the next step. Bertil was the fourth son of Sweden's king. After his elder brother's death, he became an important figure in the dynasty. His nephew, Carl Gustaf, was orphaned. Bertil was expected to become regent, the temporary ruler until the future king reached adulthood. If he married a divorced commoner, he would lose the right to be regent. He would be removed, and the monarchy would suffer. He explained this to Lillian. She accepted. Without complaint, without drama, she agreed to be by his side, but unofficially. Not as a wife, not as a duchess, but simply as a beloved woman. They settled in France, in the south. There, in a secluded villa, they spent most of their lives together, happily, but far from royal protocol. In Sweden, people knew about Lillian but didn't officially acknowledge her. Courtiers frowned. The press stayed silent. The royal family was opposed, especially Bertil's sister Ingrid and his brother's widow, Princess Sibylla. They believed Lillian just wanted a title and money, yet Lillian asked for nothing. She learned Swedish to communicate with Bertil's family. She managed their home, hosted dinners, and greeted guests. She was always there, though never in photographs. 10 years passed, then 20, then 25. Time went on. Youth faded, but their love only grew stronger. When King Gustav Adolf died in 1973, Karl XVI Gustav, the boy Bertil had sacrificed his happiness for, ascended the throne. Karl knew his uncle had postponed his happiness for his sake. He told them, "Now you can truly be together." In 1976, after 30 years of waiting, Bertil and Lillian married. He was 64, she was 61. It was more than a wedding. It was recognition. Their union received everyone's approval. Even the most conservative politicians admitted they deserved it. Carl Gustaf granted Lillian the title Duchess of Halland, a symbolic gesture making her an official member of the royal family. Nearly every important figure in Sweden attended the wedding. People applauded. At the press conference, Bertil said something often quoted afterward. "We regret nothing except one thing, that we won't have children, but we're happy." They lived together for another 21 years, without scandals, without sensation, just living and loving each other. They had a big home, a garden, friends, and grandchildren of their acquaintances. They laughed often, hosted dinners, and took trips to nature. Bertil passed away in 1997. Lillian survived him by 16 years. She continued charity work, spoke with journalists, and supported young members of the royal family. She died in 2013 at age 97. After her death, the whole country published tributes to Sweden's most faithful woman. People sent letters, brought flowers. She was remembered. Above all, thanks to Lilian and Bertil, Carl XVI Gustaf felt he had the right to love. In 1976, he married Sylvia Sommerlath, a woman without royal heritage. The monarchy changed, becoming closer to ordinary people. The story of Lilian and Bertil proved love isn't measured by status or documents. It either exists or it doesn't. She waited 30 years for him, but he was always there. Thank you for watching.